going on? We live.
What's up, trendsetters? We are
Finally back.
live. You're gonna turn it. You should turn it the other. Oh, that's what it is. Turn it the other way. No, the other way. With the cause it's.
What? Oh damn.
Oh yeah, now you.
That
All right. Then move it out, and then I can move down.
Trendsetters going on.
We are
live.
here. We are live. We're back.
Back in the hot tub, man. Took us a while to get back.
Yeah, make sure the comments, if you go down there, and make sure it's all messages.
Chat filter all messages.
We're trying to get back into the swing of this, y'all.
Trying to get back in the swing of this. We've been out for a while.
We don't have high heat right now. If you do come in, make sure you thumbs up, you like, you leave a comment. So yeah, I guess I'll start out with my usual before we get into our surviving Milton Chronicles. We survived Milton, we survived the direct hit. But yeah, tonight, channel advice. Like another mentor told me, told all of us as a group earlier, but he did tell me directly, be yourself. You know, you got to be yourself. For those that are trying to switch up your content, to be honest with you, switching up your content could be very challenging. Don't get discouraged. It's okay if you have to completely, a lot of times with people that I've seen change their content, they've had to start over completely with a whole new channel. If it's very much different from what you usually post, start a new channel, especially if you're not seeing the gains that you would like to see with your new content. You got to start a new channel.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so other than that, be yourself, and everything should follow through. And honestly, whatever is working for you, keep that going. Like, whatever is working for you, keep that going.
Yeah, whatever you see working, man.
Whatever you see working, like, keep
that going.
Keep that
content Don't stop
going.
it.
Don't stop that.
You know what I mean? When you see the ball rolling, you better keep going with the ball.
What's giving you gains, keep that going. So anyways, that's all I wanted to interact with channel advice. But yeah, we survived Milton. We had a direct hit.
Thank y'all people for coming in.
Thanks for coming.
Hit the thumbs up.
We're 6 miles inland from Siesta Key.
Yes.
And so this is going to be a little bit of a story time about what it was like when the storm hit. Who's that? Hi, Kumar. Hi, Kumar.
Kumar, how you doing?
How you doing? So yeah, the storm hit. My mother came over on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because she's in a red zone. So she came over on Tuesday. It was like we made contact with her early. It was like in the morning, and she came by like late morning, early afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. What's going on? We're doing good. Hold on one moment.
Our keys are not liking us. Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
All right.
It's no heat.
Yeah, there's no heat in there.
No heat in there?
Nah, man. Yeah. You know they just opened it back up, so they probably it's got to heat up maybe.
As a sucks, I knew people were in here yesterday, so like, oh, it must be warm tonight. Like,
Nah. All right.
Just move down.
Yeah, we doing good. Dang, I'll be coming in.
Okay. Yeah, so we're doing good. My mom came through. She stayed with us, and she was there on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I worked
before the storm hit.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, because she's in a red zone, and they get flooding out there where she's at in Inglewood and Cape Hayes. So that's what was she made it this time. So then Wednesday I worked. I took calls all the way up. I took calls all the way up to like 6:30. I want to say the day of the storm that it made landfall, it was like it It started in early, like it started in around.
Yeah, the outer band started coming in.
Yeah, the outer band started coming in around 6:30.
Yeah.
So like around 7, like around 7:30.
Yeah.
That's when we really started to see things like deteriorate really fast.
Real fast.
So we saw
That
things
hurricane.
deteriorating like really fast, and it was like, y'all have to excuse me. I'll get in and kind of clean up the chat in a minute. We're just doing our quick, story time. So I say around 7:30 was when we started seeing like the landfall. Was definitely around 7:30. It was not what the other people were saying. Like I showed the outer bands at 6:30 in our short. Like that's when it was like calm. But
that was
around
calm.
7:30, it started like really going in and picking up.
Going crazy out there.
So we made dinner. You could hear me kind of telling my mom and Randall what I wanted this food seasoned with. My mom ended up making, I think it was like baked chicken, and she did baked chicken, sweet potatoes, and I think it was like some type of what was it, spinach or something. Yeah, so we were eating, and then by like 8:30, it really started to get ugly out there. It was pitch black dark. As soon as
trees
we finished,
started going crazy.
The trees were blowing, but it was like around what was it? It was like around 8:30. Yeah. It was real dark out there, and then we started to our power went out, and from there our power was out for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah,
So
it was done.
it was just I couldn't get any footage because it was like so dark. I couldn't get any footage at all. So we had like just pitch black, and we were hearing like little creaks and things. The windows, we have hurricane.
We got hurricane windows.
So they were holding up really good. But
Thanks for coming in, hit the thumbs
the
up.
winds and the trees.
Say hello.
I remember seeing the birds fly up in the air, and they were like screeching and screaming. And then around not too long after, like not too far from
birds
when
always know
our
when
power
something
went,
going on.
I saw like lime green and like turquoise blue. We thought it was lightning, but I think one of like
that was the power line.
That was the power lines.
Yeah.
Found out online on one of the groups that I'm in that it was one of the power lines, one of the transformers like blew, and the wind speeds had picked up to like at least 102. They estimated that they were going to pick up to like 120, but they definitely hit 102 miles per hour. So then it was just pitch black. The winds were like blowing so hard. My eyes must have got like really wide like that because my mom was just like, here. She gave me some food. We were eating in the dark with like the battery operated lights at this point. And Randall's sister called. We found out she was in Tampa. And she's like, hey, Jazzy, how are you doing? And I was like,
she was
just trying not to think about it. And I was like, well, I'm eating baked chicken and sweet potatoes and some spinach. And she's like, well, all right. But I wanted to know how you were doing. Like, how are you holding up?
Yeah.
Because
that was direct hit.
It was a direct hit.
It was direct hit,
and I was like, I think it
Milton
started.
No joke.
This is the front of the eye wall that we're getting right now when I was on the phone with her. And I was like, it's so dark. I was like, I can't see
And then her mother was like,
it
hit. And then I was like, it ain't hit. And then come find out it did hit. But I thought it was over. I think she thought it was over too. And then come to find out we was in the eye wall.
No, in the actual eye. So he's talking about like basically at this point it was around 9:30 when we just heard death silence. No, it was no boom. It was just a death silence. Like the scariest silence you ever want to hear after a hurricane. and it was an hour of this. It was an hour of this. It was the eye, basically. And I told Randall, because my mom was like, oh, it hit. I think it's over. And I was like, I was back in my groups, you know, following, I think it's Dennis something, the weatherman. And then it was a Sarasota Moms group, and I think some other Sarasota group that I'm in. And they were like, this is the eye. And they were like posting their videos, like, this is the eye.
And I didn't know what the heck the eye was. I mean, I knew what it was, but I ain't never been in one.
I told him, whatever you do,
in my life,
don't go outside. You know what I mean? It's calm.
Calm, and nothing going. It's crazy, because you kind of want to go outside, so I ain't gonna lie.
But
because it's like, ain't nothing going on. You like, hold up. You supposed to be in a hurricane? It's on over.
No, it's not. So he wanted to go outside. And I was like, you can't, this is the eye, you know, it's calm. It's a trick, basically. That's what it is. The eye of the storm is a trick. It fools you into thinking that it's completely over. I mean, it was a solid hour of this. My mom was
a whole hour. A whole hour.
It was a whole hour after the winds were blowing like crazy. I mean, the palm trees were standing like straight up and looking like they were like hula dancing. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like the palm trees were hula dancing. So then, I mean, I had never seen the winds that high. So then, it's scary at that point when you just hear death silence, like, for like an hour.
Yeah, like nothing.
To
I'm talking about like nothing.
Heard nothing. Around 10:30, 11 o'clock,
that thing
started back up.
Started picking back up again?
The end of the eye wall. Like,
the worst.
First it was like really faint, you know, because you can't mistake it. As soon as you hear the winds of the hurricane, it sounds like ocean waves, non-stop ocean waves.
Oh, the back end the worst.
So first it was a little breezy. The next thing you know, it was full-blown ocean wave sounds all over again. Then I started hearing these noises, and it was like
breaking branches off.
It sounded like
they was hitting the window.
But it sounded like it was on like a megaphone. So those were basically the branches and the trees snapping and uprooting, and you could hear things going like against the house, like hitting the house. The house started like creaking. And
it was crazy.
By then, Jalen was scared. So
Jalen got scared at that point.
He got scared. So at that point, me and my mom,
he did good the whole time.
We went to sit with him in the hallway, you know, because the winds were getting really wild.
Oh, it was getting real.
Yeah, you could hear the rattles of our screens and things, even though the impact windows were working. Who's that?
Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Jay, what's going on? Thanks for coming in.
By that point, we went to go sit in our hallway, because by then it was getting real. Like,
it was getting crazy,
You could hear things hitting the house. The fire alarms kept going off like crazy, and
that don't went off like 4 or 5 times.
You couldn't see anything by then, because it was even more pitch black, because
all the power lines
all the power was like out. So it was crazy. And this went on till like after 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. Ocean waves.
Non-stop.
Jalen at one point was sitting on our bed like, how much longer, Mommy? You know, with a little tear streaming, like, how much longer? Like, how much more does this storm have in it? Like, I know by like 2:30, 3 a.m. we were finally able to go to sleep, but I mean, just the sounds that you hear of things ripping and snapping, and you cannot see.
You don't know what's going on.
You can't see anything.
So you don't know
I'll
what's
say
going
with
on.
the front end of the storm, there wasn't as much rain as with the back end. The back end
was the worst.
More rain, and it there's just things flying. You know, that's the dangerous part about the storm, is that things.
Thank y'all for coming in. Hit the thumbs up.
Flying. But we had got a lot of calls by nighttime. Honestly, guys, by nighttime, that thing is already...
It's done. It's over.
By
That's
like
it.
early evening, you can't even drive on the road.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
they
saying?
shutting it
So
down.
it's like,
Police, nobody gonna be on the road.
yeah. So it's
They
like
not even
when
coming to get
people
you.
were calling us, it's like you don't really know what to say at that point because
Yeah, it's like
it's too
it's too
late.
late. Ain't
You
nobody
know?
going nowhere.
You can't go anywhere.
You gonna ride
It's
this
too
one
late.
out.
So it wasn't to be rude, but it was like people were calling us, and it was like we went live on Saturday for like a reason. The Saturday before the storm, like to inform people what we were up against, what our kind of like limitations were, just everything. We laid out everything. And it was like for people to contact us the night before, like, did you evacuate? You know, do you guys know what's going on? Like those type of calls and things. It was just totally bizarre to me. Like I don't know how to react to stuff like that. So I mean, typically I don't. I might not respond right away because it's like I don't know how to respond at that point. It's like you're contacting me in the thick of it and or when it's over. So it's weird. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, I eventually did respond to almost everybody. It wasn't, you know, I'm not going to act like I got inundated with like 100 messages or whatever, but
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
it was a lot of people that did
Contacts.
reach out.
You know what I mean?
Again, we don't, you know, we don't make road trips like over a certain amount of hours. We already revealed why we don't do that. And I just,
Nah.
I don't know why people don't take that seriously. That's just totally bizarre to me
You're
too.
gonna be up and down.
But there's a very serious like life or death reason that we don't. So the other thing is like, yeah, I mean you get a lot of advice online, but pretty much, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
some of the stuff doesn't apply to us because we're not like in a flood zone and we live on like a second
that's another
story,
thing too.
3-floor
We
unit.
not even. We wasn't even told to evacuate where we live at.
We were not in an
We weren't even-
evacuation zone.
None of that.
But it was crazy because Juliana's school was no longer a shelter, which got really scary for us.
That's crazy.
Because the whole time they kept telling us like it's gonna hit Tampa, it's gonna hit Tampa. And
Then
then
they
at the
said
last
minute.
like what was it, the
Last
last like 6 to 8 hours, I think it was
Coming
like
right at us.
8 to 12 hours we were told it was gonna hit Siesta Key. First it looked like Bradenton, then they said Siesta Key.
Siesta
And
Key.
I mean,
Direct.
grown people like upset crying because Jim
They was scared.
Cantori's in Tampa.
Shit.
The rest of his team was like in Bradenton.
Yep. They was in Bradenton.
I think one of them was in downtown Sarasota. So once Jim Cantori is here, that was the other thing with people calling us like, once Jim Cantori is here, you should have been gone like the day before.
Yeah,
You
cause
should have been out.
when
Like,
he's here, people run.
yeah, they do.
For real. They don't want to be
So-
where he at. Cause that's where
No,
the
they
eye
don't.
wall coming. That's where
That's
the
where
most
it's really
damage
gonna
coming.
get the most damage. But
Yeah.
still, Tampa did get the most damage.
Tampa did. Yeah,
Tampa
Tampa
did
still
get
got.
the most.
Yeah, they got hit.
like, they got hit pretty bad.
Bad.
You know, Tampa got the most damage. But it, you know, I don't know. It's like that's what I can remember from it. It was like such a blur. I just remember it being so dark and just hearing ocean waves for hours.
Yeah.
Things hitting my house, sounding like somebody breaking karate boards or something, or like on a megaphone just clicking their tongue over and over and over and over again, clicking gum.
Yeah, it was
Like,
crazy, man. I
wow.
ain't gonna lie. And
You
when they
know?
said it was coming here, it was like, oh, time to buckle down now.
Yeah.
Bunker down and ride it out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all though. I wasn't as nervous. The only reason, but like I said, I told my wife, we went through Ian, and when Ian
But
came,
that's not the same as a direct hit.
it wasn't. Ian wasn't a direct hit.
Ian grazed us.
It
Ian
grazed
was
us?
not.
But man, this thing, where we at right now, stood up so good. I really wasn't.
So we came
that worried.
outside, and the only damage that we had was that our lamp post, like not lamp, but our porch light was upside down. Like that was it.
That was it. And they
people
kept-
were just
yeah.
looking at me like, you
They
know,
was
in the
expecting
story,
more
like,
damage.
they were expecting more, and it was like, you know, we didn't have. That was it. You know what I mean? That's all, folks. Like I don't have anything else, you know, to show you. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
it.
But it was scary. I mean, just to hear.
I mean, yeah, like
it
I
sounds
said,
like you're on the ocean.
to be honest, like the scary part for me was like the back end was the worst for me. 'Cause The first part and everything was like, alright, but make sure.
No, it is all. It's
Okay.
all, but it's the guy that was doing all of that alphabet crap earlier. But
yeah. But that back part is serious and the eye is scary. Because
It
I
is.
ain't gonna lie, I thought the eye and I thought it was done.
yeah, so.
I thought it was done. But
Someone told us that's like the
Safest
safest
spot.
part of the storm,
It's
which
the
was
eye.
like crazy to me because I was like, "What do you know? What do you mean?" But you have to experience it to really understand it. Like it's calm for
Ain't
like
nothing
a
going on.
solid hour. No,
Ain't
nothing is going.
nothing
for
going
like
on.
an hour. I think
But that-
it's more steady that way.
that
But
back
yeah,
part,
nothing's going on for like an hour. But I would say the back end of like being in the eye wall, that back end is way worse because that's where all. What happened? Oh, are you touching a button?
no, man.
Yeah, that back end of the eye wall is like the most dangerous because it has the higher wind forces and it has like the higher there's more wind, more water also. So
Yeah. It's
but
crazy,
they had
though.
evacuated. We're like in an E zone. No, is it E?
Yeah, I
Zone
think we E.
We're zone E. So it just got scary because it was the first time people saw up to like zone it was the first time people saw up to zone C evacuated. So that was brand new.
Yeah,
and
A, B,
Juliana's
and C.
school is in a zone C, so that was crazy because people were like, I've never seen zone C evacuated before, you know.
A, B, and
And
C.
that's where her school is located, and we're like in an E. We're like an E. So
Yeah, so we was good.
we were
Regardless.
good, but it was just why is your phone doing? Did it get wet?
I'm gonna mess it up. I don't know what's going on, guys.
Yeah, we had someone in there that kept like coding these weird languages and stuff, like they're trying to hack into like the live or something. It was really like weird. But like just typing the same stuff over and over again. I know about that type of stuff because of my dad and my sister, but yeah, it's not gonna work. But yeah, it's a blur, y'all. It's a blur.
Crazy.
We made it. The next day we were without power for like
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
Which there was out of state like linemen here. The waters had receded, so
Oh
really,
man, it was crazy.
it wasn't making any sense.
then-
Like why it was, you know. So then
We got these black trucks out here that look crazy. Like
Yeah.
cleanup trucks.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nothing like that. Like
No.
the Undertaker trucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Wow.
they look scary. Those Dachshund trucks look really
Dachshund
scary. We
truck,
do
yeah.
have like video of the Dachshund trucks like driving around and stuff. And I have like there's a landfill right now on the corner of Stickney Point Road and of the 41. It's
And
been
we recorded
empty.
some on the key too.
It's
Jet Life, what's going on, Jet Life?
it's an empty
I'm gonna go ahead and
space.
hit it one more time.
Okay.
Jet Life, thanks for coming in, man. We finally back in the jacuzzi. We talking about the hurricane experience. So they just opened this back up. We're in a hot tub, but it ain't hot right now. I think it's trying to get warm. Yeah, Jet Life.
Hey, Jet Life. Yeah, so I've never seen that, and I had notes and stuff because I didn't want to miss anything, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
But it was about 72 hours without power after that. We ended up within the first 24 hours we had to grill everything, including our coffee.
Oh yeah, we had to take
So
everything out
we had to
because it was
take
gonna go
everything,
bad.
Go rotten. So you'll see like in the short, we grilled everything in our freezer almost. My mother brought over food, and I just didn't want it to go to waste.
What is
So
that?
that hurricane caused a tornado in my area. Yes.
Yeah.
So we were getting news that I feel like the tornadoes are more destructive. people don't understand that.
Yeah.
The tornadoes are way more destructive than the
That
hurricane.
hurricane. Yeah, it was serious.
And they had like torn apart like houses and like newer developments, which was really like
Oh yeah,
crazy.
tornadoes are scary though, cause that thing
They're
will
more
rip that stuff up.
destructive. A lot
quick.
of people don't understand that, and it's like people back home in Maryland.
And they just spin up out of nowhere though.
Well, the hurricane.
That's like the offspring.
That's like the offspring of a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, have a good night.
Have a good night.
So that's how they, come about. And they funnel. People say that they sound like a train going through the house, and they rip the roof off, and they tear the whole front facade of the house like clean off.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are more dangerous, but I'll get to that point in a minute. We had to grill everything, y'all. So there's chicken on the grill, there's hot dogs on the grill, burgers on the grill, steaks on the grill. Our coffee was on the grill.
Yeah.
Why? Because you cannot use a Keurig or a percolator when your electricity is out. So you need something. So
you need some Choco and lighter fluid.
Yeah, they really do sound like a train. That's scary, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's scary.
It's crazy.
And,
man.
People back home just don't think it can happen. And I'm like, you're on flat land.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
It definitely can happen up north.
We lived in Maryland, one hit La Plata, one hit College Park. I remember we lost 2 students because one hit College Park. Reminded me of how Hurricane Andrew sounded.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling them.
Was serious.
It sounds like when the
serious.
hurricane is hitting, it sounds like ocean waves.
Ocean waves, yeah, man.
Like they're crashing right outside of your house for hours.
And people, you say people got scared when they say it's coming direct to Sarasota.
It did, but they called us in like the last minute. It's like, why didn't, if you were that concerned, and yeah, I don't care, you could get pissed off. If you were that concerned, you should have called us like shortly after we did our original live and offered whatever you were trying to offer.
And it came straight to Sarasota.
It came straight to Sarasota.
Direct hit, man.
So it is what it is.
Right on the beach that we go to all the time.
Siesta Key.
That's that beach where we go.
Always there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't understand, like, hurricanes, Jet Life could vouch for it. The night before, like, was, the eve of the hurricane, you're not doing nothing but sheltering in place, because a lot of times it starts cutting up early. The winds pick up early. The weather rapidly deteriorates. You can't go anywhere. The people are fighting at the gas stations. Like, that's real. When y'all are seeing that stuff on TikTok, that is not AI. That's how it really is down here at the gas stations.
Oh, it get crazy.
They put bags over the pumps. Bags were over the pumps.
They put them yellow bags out. That mean ain't got no more gas.
Like, what?
Yeah, they ain't got no more gas going on right over here.
Gas is gone. Yeah, it is a crazy experience.
It is.
Everywhere. It is.
It is.
And people expect you the night of, when it's about to hit in
to get out of there.
hours.
And you ain't going nowhere.
Hit the road and
first of all, everybody's
gas.
going up north. So you ain't going up north. That's going to be a parking lot. You ain't going nowhere. They're out of gas and they're fighting at the gas station. You got police at the gas station. It's going to take you forever to get out of Florida.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
Going crazy. But yeah, it's a crazy experience. But yeah, we grilled everything. We poured the coffee in the pot with boiling water and had to cook it that way. There was no coffee filters. You just have to let it boil until the coffee basically completely melts into the water.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know like how chaotic it gets just trying to get out, and a lot of people don't know the shelters are just the schools.
A lot of people like you go evacuate to a shelter. I'm like, that's just the school. I feel safe at my house, to be honest.
To be honest, I do feel safer at my house. I feel more comfortable in my house. But especially at the one floor, the schools that are like
only on one floor, and it's like we got 3 levels. So I mean, I definitely feel more safe at the house.
Y'all have to excuse me. I'm a little cold, but
excuse me for the shaking and the camera.
Yeah, but
Cold over there now, then, yeah.
it's an experience, man. Jet Life is also from Florida. Y'all can check out
Yeah,
his
Jet
channel.
Life.
He's like in the Miami area. And yeah, they did get the tornadoes really bad down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever we could cook, we cooked. Oh, you got to zoom out. You zoomed in. How did you do?
I don't know.
Oh, Randall,
I don't know.
you got to zoom out. You're gonna have to zoom out. We can't keep the live like that. No, you got to zoom out. You're gonna have to go over there and fix it. Sorry about that. He pinched it. I told you.
I'm trying to
Hold up, y'all.
hold on. It's out.
Yeah, had to pinch it out. Our fingers were wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy every time and everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you. Over there.
I'm cold.
Man, it's cold out here.
Yeah, it's so.
It's outside, man. Dang, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy every time, man. He's telling no lies, y'all. Sorry about that, but Randall has zoomed in. Don't pinch the screen. So yeah, we grilled everything. Had to wait for the coffee to melt. Y'all can see that in the short.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's real. Like,
yeah, we got some content coming up for y'all
that's
too.
not AI. Like when you guys see the short of us grilling outside, those are real trees that have fallen down.
Oh yeah,
I saw some
uprooted.
people thumbs it down, but it was like thumbs down the thing or whatever. But we were not in danger. Like there were no live wires around that area.
No.
The trees were basically, you know, we were fine. But you can see like large,
trees uprooted.
completely uprooted and down in the grill area. So
Shit, that stuff is strong. It ripped them trees up, big trees too.
it did. So in the short, you can see that. That's not AI. That is not Photoshop. That is not green screen.
No.
That is the real scene
Yeah.
of the day after Milton when we cooked out. Honestly, because people ask that, like, are we going to leave because of the hurricanes being back to back and just the fear of it?
It's
and
just a
everything?
season though, so I mean, I ain't thinking about it.
My answer is no. You know,
If it was
posted-
year round, that'd be a different story.
I posted the scripture about it, you know, be courageous, not fear, the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
Right.
So that was a message I received before I moved to Florida, and sure enough, it came to pass, where it was like, do not fear, you know, be courageous, and just know, you know, the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So, you should hold it the other way. That's how you zoomed in last time. So, we were covered. You know, we were very blessed, and we made it out in one piece, you know. And for me, it's a solid, like, no. I mean, financially and economically, it's just not feasible for us right now to just uproot the kids, even if we wanted to. I don't even work in, like, you know, somewhere it's like I don't know. I think a lot of people just thought Florida was going to be like a temporary move for us.
We've been here 10 years
but
already.
It turned
so,
out to
I mean,
be like 10 years.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
And now it's like, yeah, you guys, you think you want to leave because of the hurricanes, and it's like, no. I mean, if they happen like more frequently,
like I say, if it was,
and we had like a direct hit multiple times,
then you think about it. But
hold it that way.
Yeah.
Don't put your thumb on it. Exactly.
then you think about it. But
Yeah, but it's
when it's like the season, I'm not really worried about it.
no. But I think about things like, okay, if I was in a reverse element. You know, reverse elements, like if it was a blizzard, how would that be for me? And I'm like, I don't think I would have been able to survive the same way. Like where the next day we were outside, we were grilling. In a blizzard, you can't do that. Once your electricity is out and it's too cold to be outside,
everything gonna be frozen.
yeah, you can't keep a fire on a grill going to cook your food. You're basically going to be stuck with the non-perishable thing. So then it's like, that would have been out. Grilling would have been out. You know, the next day it's hot or whatever, you're uncomfortable because your AC is out. I can just open my window. It's like, when that happens in the winter time, people are using other things. I know we had a kerosene heater when I was growing up. They're using other not so safe things to heat their house.
Yeah.
Either that or you're freezing. And it's like, I'm like, yeah, I don't.
Them things catch on fire.
Yeah, they do. So it's like, it's not the same as me. Yeah, it's not the same as me just opening my window. You can't do that in the dead of winter. You're not opening your window. So it's things like that, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, how, if it happened in the reverse elements, like with the snow, how are they going to get people? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
How are they getting people out? On snowmobiles, really? Like,
yeah, I bet if it floods, you could get a boat.
You could get a boat, but it's like, in the snow,
out.
like, and people are like, oh, well, what are the odds of that happening? I'm like, did you not remember the blizzard in 96? Like, and they're like, oh, well, how long ago was that? I'm like, how long ago was it that Tampa had a direct hit? 103 years.
100, yeah.
Blizzard of 96
103
like
years before we had a direct hit.
28,
that's crazy.
What, 20?
Like 20 years?
28 years ago? Yeah, something like that. You know, just under 30 years ago. Versus 103 year direct hit in Tampa. Tampa was thoroughly convinced that this Indian myth was going to keep, you know, the Tampa, Sarasota area from getting hit.
Yeah, some Indian myth they got out
there. You know, that we're on sacred ground. Sacred ground.
We don't get direct hits.
Yeah, we don't get
We get direct hits. We just got that. What's that?
Ernestine, y'all in a hot tub. I'm over here trying to figure out how I'm going to feed my son. God has his favorites. I'm just saying. You know, God favors us differently. You know, God gives us mercy. God gives us grace. He favors us in so many different ways. You know what I mean? So many different ways. And,
just like this storm that just happened.
Exactly.
We came out good, but
no, we didn't.
It was a direct hit.
It was, and you know,
direct hit. I got it.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna argue, but yeah, we didn't get anything from FEMA. For anybody that has questions about that, we did not get any money from FEMA.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not about to like hang my drawers on a clothesline for anybody, but you know, my husband lost like about 3 days of work. I lost 2 days of work, and they just didn't give a okay, because they didn't pay anybody what they said. Then they're like, oh, we're gonna give you, you know, I logged back in like 5 to 7 days later or whatever, and there's something in there talking about, we could give you a lodging reimbursement. That's not what I asked for. Like, that isn't what I asked for. So, and that's not what I needed. Like, you're sheltering in place by then if you don't have funds to go to a hotel, period. You're sheltering in place. So what can I do with that now that I've lost 2 work days, he lost 3 work days behind our power being out 72 hours? Absolutely nothing. And they did nothing. And I'm sick of the politics of it. I don't really care. God bless y'all though. God bless you too. But like I was saying, you know, that's how they carried it. And people would think, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. No, there just happens to be some places of the grass, like I'm explaining now, that also smell like, you know what? They didn't give us any money. And there's no silver spoon down here. we've been outside hustling in addition to our jobs because we said, you know what, F it. They're not giving us no money. We went out, we hustled in the apps, we did what we had to do. I didn't stick out my Cash App and cry about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I could have. If you'd like my Cash App, you can contact me directly.
Yeah, FEMA ain't do nothing.
FEMA did not do anything for us, y'all. Absolutely nothing for us being, and they said if you were out of power, without power for at least 72 hours, you would.
They gave it to us late.
You would.
Like, they gave
They
us
didn't give us any. No,
late.
they gave us
saying
nothing.
you could lodge late.
Yeah, lodge reimbursement,
going
but
to
no,
what you call them?
nothing.
3 hours. What? 3 days?
No,
4
you
days?
have to watch your wording.
Probably a week
No, you
after
have
the
to
fact.
watch your wording because they're
2 hours, 3 days, or a week
No,
after
it's a
the
week
fact.
after the fact that they sent. You can
And I'm
do
like,
lodging
come on,
reimbursement,
that don't
but
make sense.
I never secured lodging. We never had the funds to do that,
That don't
either,
make sense.
you know.
Yeah.
But to say we were approved completely, no, we were not. And basically, what that was it was supposed to be after 72 hours, you're supposed to get funds, you know, to replace your food, funds towards, you know, whatever other things, personal hygiene, stuff like that. That's what I requested, and no, that was denied. So then the other thing was, who's that coming in? Hey,
Prince
you guys.
Daniel, what's going on?
Hey, Prince Daniel. So yeah, I'm sorry if I
coming
get
on.
upset, but
Appreciate it.
you know, and you guys know the politics that are going on with that right now. I'm not going to get into that as far as like what's going on with FEMA and DeSantis and the orange guy. I'm not getting into that. But
Yeah,
that was
that's
our
crazy.
experience. That was the experience of several people in the Sarasota area where they were
Well, a
just
lot of people.
denied for no reason whatsoever.
Well, it's a whole lot of people denied. It was
Denied for no reason whatsoever. 5 missed work days between us. Denied
Yeah,
for no
so
reason
you already know what that
whatsoever.
is. That's catch up.
Yeah, catching
Bills
up.
ain't getting paid. So, yeah.
Yeah,
all that's catch
and
up.
that's for people that got denied, you know. So I encourage people, you know, if you are people of means, make sure you're donating
Thanks for the
to
thumbs
places
up. We appreciate
like
it.
Red Cross. Make sure you're donating to places like Salvation Army. Make sure you're donating to.
Yeah, I'm about to, It's cold out there, John. I don't know what's going on. It's going on.
Make sure you're donating to food banks. You know what I mean? People just have this like funky air about them, like they think that stuff can't happen to them, like they're immune or whatever. I enjoyed y'all's videos. Thank you, Prince Daniel. I remember you.
Thank
He used
you.
to come to the premiere.
Appreciate it.
So, y'all
Yeah.
excuse me if I'm a little bit upset, but it's just you think back to it and you're like, wow, you know, they really like. And now FPL is talking about they want to charge people restoration fees. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, but make sure y'all are donating. United Way, there's so many of them. Food banks, donate, because I don't know who got it. A lot of the people in the Sarasota Moms group I'm in said they got denied. A lot of people were just really upset because they got denied.
Yeah,
And
people miss work.
people missed work. People threw out months
missed
worth
money.
of groceries.
Yeah, that's a lot of
And
money going out the window.
A lot.
You know what I mean? You
Like,
can't just
just
survive off
because
that.
when you're given lemons, you make lemonade. That's basically what we're doing sitting out here. I mean, I'm not gonna, it's just like when we grilled all the food in the short so it wouldn't go to waste. You know what I'm saying? There's always a story behind what you're seeing. So we gotta be careful when we're just like running our traps, fishing for our argument. Sometimes there's a little bit more to what you're seeing, and you know what I mean? But people shouldn't have to like put themselves up on like, you know, the chopping block and then on a platter for you to kind of like get in perspective or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's going on?
And
That's
airing
crazy.
your dirty draws.
And that's
so
crazy.
I'm not gonna do all of that. What is he saying? Oh my, yeah, I see that. Yeah, so it's just keeping
crazy.
things in perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like people running away with things, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not good. But that's pretty much the story in a nutshell. Eventually, you know, after 72 hours of running back and forth to the grocery store to charge devices, we eventually, you know, got our power back.
Yeah, that's another thing. We had to go everywhere just to charge the phone.
Just to charge the phones up. You
It was
know,
crazy.
It,
That was
it
crazy.
really was. It really was.
We had to bring the power strip.
Yeah, we brought a power strip with us to the grocery store so everybody could get their stuff charged. But there's always something to be grateful for. There's always somebody that's worse off than you. And so, you know, it's you got to keep that in perspective. Like, for us, it's like, okay, we lost some groceries, we lost some work days, but there's people that they lost their entire home. So,
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to go back to.
You know, they don't have anything to go back to. People in like double wide trailers, they lost their whole,
especially
you know,
the trailers,
entire homes or whatever. But we would have been in the same predicament as Miss Ernestine, like, oh, what are we going to feed our kids if we just didn't, you know, get up off of our asses and go out and drive and do what we had to do in addition to our jobs that we hold down. He holds down a full-time job. I also have a job. But it was like he said, you got to play catch up, you got to go. And we had to go. It was I wasn't staying on the phone with those people or camping out at anybody's offices. Just to charge y'all's phones, I know that could be insane. It was, because imagine how many people were at the grocery store
just trying to do the same thing.
Whatever.
And no, the crazy thing is, there was a lot of people doing the same thing we were. Because you gotta think about it. I think it was 1 million people out of power. 3 million. It was crazy.
And then it jumped to 3 million.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
I looked at it.
Out of power. It wasn't just us. It was a lot.
Us,
it was a lot of people, man.
Like 2 million.
Yeah, so it was bad. It was bad.
At the grocery store, we had people coming up to us like, hey,
can we use your power strip? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Everybody in the same boat anyway.
You know, because we're all in this together. And more people have to think that way. You know what I mean?
You got to help other people.
To people that have that selfish perspective, like thinking nothing can happen to you, and you just sit with arms folded, reposting hashtags.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Thinking it's a game.
You don't want to learn that way. It's better to learn by giving of your time, giving of your money, giving of your resources. You don't want to learn that from firsthand experience. But God will teach you compassion through the other way if you don't want to learn it the other way.
Oh, God knows how to humble you anyway.
He will humble you. For those of y'all
real quick.
Just sit and back and watch this stuff on TV and don't do anything.
And laugh and think it's a joke.
Think it's a joke.
Okay.
And mock
Thinking
people
it's a joke.
for, you know, and speak negative things over them. Shoot. Winter is coming.
Yep, get cold up north. Real cold.
Blizzards are coming. You know, and tornadoes can happen anywhere. Nobody's immune from natural disasters or the randomness of this world.
Nope. Cause they ain't even think they could get hit out here.
No.
And they did. Direct.
Yeah.
Direct.
What are they saying?
Yeah,
he will humble you for sure. He really will. That's why I didn't really get.
He will, yeah.
You know, I just.
A lot of some people, they just be on the high horse so much.
Yeah.
And they used to being on that high horse and they ain't been knocked down off of it.
You kind of like.
They ain't been knocked down off it. That's all that is.
You can pick up on it by how they come at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, you think you should be living out there or whatever.
Yeah. And they get knocked down off it. They see how it feels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stay humble. Stay prayed up. Like, natural disasters, nobody's immune to that. I don't care where you live. And you can get angry and thumbs down this live, but you're not immune. And, you know, people just have to humble themselves. If you're people of means, when I'm saying that, like, that's not me begging you, like, hey, send me a cash app. That's me saying, like I said, humble yourself. If you have resources, please be of service. Please donate your time if you don't have money. If you don't have money, donate things that you can't use anymore that are still in good condition. Not things that should go to the garbage, but things that are still in fair, good condition. Maybe there's a little extra in your pantry. Not open things or spoiled things, but things that you would still consume yourself, but maybe you have a little extra you could donate to a food bank or whatever. You know, it's better to learn by doing it that way than having a experience is all I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, and I, basically for me, I worked in social services for like for some years, behind the scenes, and I got to participate in like a number of programs, so I look at stuff like that differently. Like, I was behind the scenes working on things like Angel Tree, working with people that were getting their power shut off, not because of storms, people that had an emergency situation in life and
they needed some help.
Yeah, they needed some help.
And everybody needed help at some point in life.
People that needed food out of food banks and things. So it's like, I look at that stuff differently. And then as far as like exposure to wealth, I mean, they give and give and give. They give in the double-digit thousands. You know what I'm saying? They give and give and give and give. We donate. You know,
trying to help somebody else.
They sponsor at the schools and things. So it's different. You know what I mean? It's not like some people think where it's like, oh, you're just sitting in the hot tub, blah 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 blah. You know, it's like, no, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, God will humble you. So stay humble, and that's a wonderful thing you do. Yeah, it was in the past. I no longer work there. I'm kind of like on the other side now, where I work with people, you know, in the tax realm now. But you know, I've learned a lot. You know, exposure to wealth has shown me generosity, to be honest. And
you gotta know how to give.
I mean,
back.
Of course, you learn.
Help
Other
others,
things.
you know what I mean?
Like, oh, well, what do they do to be wealthy? I mean, that's not in the conversation right now. We're on a different topic of it. What I'm saying is, I've learned generosity in different ways that they're generous, different ways that they give, like through QCDs and through estates and trusts. You know, including nonprofit organizations in their will. So, you know, I look at it different, you know what I mean? And I do look down on people that just repost like hashtags and they're not out really doing anything productive to give back and things like that. They're not really, you know what I mean? They're out there making fun of people in the hurricane and stuff. They're making fun of people that didn't evacuate. They're talking in a nasty, judgmental way about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I look at that differently, you know. But as Prince Daniel, it was a really good experience. And I kind of feel like some people had a nasty air a little bit, didn't you? Like, after they found out, like, we were okay, we experienced that, where people just had, like, it was like they wanted you to be messed up and found out that you weren't, and it was like they had like a chip on their shoulder or whatever, you know.
Yeah, see, that's another crazy thing.
That was a crazy thing to experience, because it's like you realize the concern was not genuine.
No.
And it was kind of fake, and it was like low-key animosity attached to it, because they were like, you know what I mean? But it wasn't everybody. There were people that were genuinely concerned.
I know it was, it was people that was genuinely concerned.
And they were really, like, you know, scared for us. So no, it's not everybody, but this is just kind of like been a clearing of the air, what it was like for us. Let the man upstairs deal with the things people do.
Exactly.
Most definitely. That's what we're going to do. Because
and that's what I'm learning. I've been learning, man. A lot of stuff I try not to even let bother me no more.
Or react to it anymore.
Or react to it no more. It's like, you know, man, they gonna do what they gonna do regardless.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You can't stop them.
They're
So
gonna
why
say,
try to stop
they're
them?
gonna
You know what I
say
mean?
little things, so.
You know what I mean? Just be you, man.
Yeah.
The only thing you could control is your action.
Yep.
That's what you could control. You
And
can
make-
control your action.
And
You know
make
what I mean?
the best of your situation,
Yeah.
you know, like we did, cooking on the grill, you know. Some people were looking at it funny, even that. Yeah. Like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they're cooking all that food on the grill. Well, what was
Yeah.
I supposed to do? Throw it in the garbage?
Of course, I'm not throwing that food away. You crazy.
Like, what?
You crazy. I'm gonna cook everything I got out
Yeah.
here.
What's he saying?
Doesn't matter. Still.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. I'm sorry if some people felt a little beat up by, you know, the live or whatever. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. We
That's
should be
enough.
able to talk, you know, candidly like this and things, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I
just
think
some of the
it's got water.
things that I just wanted to address. I had notes, but hey, I just decided to wing it and yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I just decided to wing it, and I don't know if I come across my notes and bring up something else. Maybe we'll do like a part 2 tomorrow. But we're gonna get ready and we're gonna get ready and head out of here. We just wanted to come in. It was a little hard to keep our concentration
Yeah,
because
it's a little
not
cold
like
out. It ain't hot.
the tub's not
The
hot,
tub
y'all.
is, I don't know what's
So I
going
hope
on.
y'all appreciate this live.
Yeah, but we had to come out because we ain't been out in
Didn't let y'all know
2
we're
months.
okay. No,
Yeah,
not
we
2
good.
months.
That's what it felt like.
No, it's 2 weeks, man.
Yeah.
You getting that dementia,
Yeah.
that pre-dementia brain, boy.
Alright.
But it was 2
Status.
weeks. But all right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace. It was probably not a lot of people. I don't know what that